Welcome back. You're still watching Morning Live. Now, the Elizabeth Sneddon Theatre in Durban will this week play host to the return of McIlroy's comedy masterclass. Well, the multi-award-winning one-man show is back for yet another run as the audience demanded more from McIlroy's hilarious skits. Well, Aaron's performances try to explain why humans find things funny. Well, the man himself joins us now from our Durban studios to tell us more about the comedy masterclass. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Lebo. I am well as you can be at this time of the morning. Thank you.
There's only so much. Talk to us about comedy masterclass. I mean, why specifically? The first time I heard this, I have to admit, I thought, but who conducts a masterclass in comedy? Do you know what I mean? What is a comedy masterclass?
Exactly.
Tell us about this.
Well, you've got to be crazy, first of all, because, I mean, you're obviously opening yourself up to all sorts of ridicule, especially if it's not a masterclass, but it really is a look at the background behind trying to make people laugh, you know, that it's really quite horrific at times. It's sort of tongue-in-cheek masterclass. I sort of talk through my career being on stage or just having terrible things happen and what you learn as you go, and I put that into a sort of a script and take people on a journey where, I don't know, they laugh with you, and sometimes, you know, because you either laugh or cry when you're in our game for long enough. So that's basically the background of the piece.
Yeah. What's been the response, though? It's back by popular demand, but clearly you did something right.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, in our business, you never know what's going to catch people, you know. You try your best, and sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. And the response has been amazing, you know. I'm feeling very blessed because I thought, who wants to hear these type of stories? It's not my usual tact. Often I play characters, I play other people. I don't play myself. But this time I'm playing sort of a version of myself who's been in sort of horrible situations on stage and so on. And people have really responded very well. And more importantly, they've come out and bought tickets, which is always first prize.
I mean, I read another review that said it was a masterpiece. When you look at it now, at that previous performance, what do you think you did right, you got just right with that previous one, the previous run?
You know, sometimes you just, you know, you choose the right director because I was asked to do things and I said, oh, you think anyone's going to want to see this, you know? And also normally I would never watch myself on stage. So I might record a performance, but I hate to watch it because I don't like the way I look. Yeah. Generally. But I was forced to watch it this time, doing it again to see if there was any problems. And I must say, I must give a lot of credit to my director, Patrick, who really pushed me into uncomfortable places for me. But I think it was a great call. I think it worked very well. You hope it's hilarious, but at the same time, you hope that it challenges people on some level about what they think laughter is about, why we laugh, you know, what does it mean for us as human beings, and so on. And you try to explain why humans find things funny. What in your observation are those things that people find funny? You know, the answer to that is it's complicated. Yeah. You know, some people seem to be just funny. That there's certain people they talk to, they don't have to say anything really interesting. Just the way they are, you can't help but laugh. They're sort of infectious. It's almost like an infection. You find them interesting. And then other people, they're very witty. They have words that are clever and so on. And other things, it's sort of tragedy, but from a distance, you know. So that if I cut my finger, it's a tragedy. If someone else falls down a manhole, it's funny. You're like, oh, look, I'm glad that wasn't me. So, but the laughter works on so many levels. It's like a coping mechanism, I think, in life. Sometimes we either laugh because crying is more embarrassing. And I must say, most people prefer to choose laughing if they can. And how is this one different from the previous run? Have you added any new material to this latest one? Yes, a little bit. You know, small things because obviously it's done well, but just things that might be topical. So the last time we did this, Donald Trump wasn't president of America. So I've got a little section on him. And that's not, I thought it was a joke, he's never going to be president. But of course, the joke's on me. That's the nature of comedy. And so you'll have to change a few small things to make sure that you're relevant to the time. Because some things are basically, only for a season. But very little I've had to change, because you only change stuff when it's really not working. And I'm pretty happy with most of it so far.
I see some pictures on screen of you. You have a guitar, you have a cell phone there at some point. Take us through, without giving away too much. What is in there? Is there music as well? You sing as well? Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes. It all happens backstage in a theatre. I play myself, who's just come back from having a nervous breakdown. And I haven't been on stage for like 5 years. And I'm backstage waiting to go on stage. And so the show happens before an actual show, backstage, just in the wings, we call it. You can see where the stage is, but we're not on it. And I'm basically talking to myself, trying to pep myself up to go onto stage. And then the second half happens after I've just come off stage. So the two halves, completely different energy. The one is, oh, why am I here? Oh, I shouldn't have done this. It's going to be a disaster. Look what happened last time. And then the second half, as he comes off and he's feeling quite good because he didn't die. My character didn't die. And now he's so excited. He's full of adrenaline. And it's the audience is basically my imagination, me talking to people in my mind, basically. And there is a musical element. I do play music just to support the action. It's nearly all comedy material. But I do come from a musical background, so I do play the guitar and sing and so on.
All right, Aaron, thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck. I believe, Elizabeth Sneddon Theatre is the small, intimate theatre, and it sort of makes it even, better for the audiences.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's not that small, but it's very well situated. So all the seats are good. Although it's a reasonable size, there's about 400 seats. It's very nicely set out, so you're never far from the action. And I've done a lot of work there in the past, and I love it. I love the guys there too. They're very professional. It's wonderful.
Aaron, thank you so much for talking to us. Aaron McIlroy is as an actor, comedian, speaking to us about the return of his upcoming multi-award-winning one-man show called Comedy Masterclass. That's set to take place at the Elizabeth Sneddon Theatre in Durban, 21st to the 26th of March.